Like I say, JFK, Nixon, like I mean, they were doing this whole like I said, they just did a radio show when they were kids, and like I say, there were 30 other clone types just like them, and basically they were all shot and killed and basically executed. It took a long time to actually track them all down. Actually, like I said, there were 30 clones, and they were running all over the Earth and all over space. And then there was also Jimmy Carter and all his clones. There were a lot of them as well. Like I said, we tracked them to a base in space somewhere. That used to be one of my bases, but or something like that. I had paid to have it built for some strange reason at some point in time in the past, or as a secret base. But anyway, we had to find him and his clones or his android body people, basically, and kill them. Like I say, there's 3 or 4 of them, and we hunted them all down, and tried not to kill the local staff or whatever. But anyway, eventually we killed him, and then later on, his staff realized, that he was a lie. He was wearing like the white robe with like the lace on it or whatever. Anyway, there were like quite a few of him. And killed him. Boom. Largest antimatter explosion ever. It was basically the last of his people. His clones. Very much annoying. Anyway. And that was the last of the God's Golden Army, which used white ships with gold trim. Kind of corny, actually, and that was actually being done by the Crystal Cathedral or something like that. Like I say, they were using all the donation money to eventually build ships or something like that. Anyway, so they were hunted down and killed. It took 150 billion years or some long period of time. They were androids. Anyway, not even human. Couldn't feel, couldn't do anything other than basically pretend to be someone they weren't, and never had been, other than profile, really. Like I said, it was just a set of commands and instructions, and basically actually just like recorded speeches and stuff. He just pretended to be something, and he wasn't really much more than just basically someone who thought, or saw, or a machine that thought it was a person, but wasn't actually a person and never had been a person. Well, I mean, basically a set of instructions, so he acted a certain way, and was realistically a machine that could not feel or think or really do much more than just spout bullshit to the world or lies to the world. Like I said, he just pretended to be something he wasn't, and realistically he was just like I said, an android running out set instructions, which is basically destroy, crush, intimidate, terrorize. And like I say, he really wasn't all that complicated of an android either. Like when they took him apart, when they actually got one and took it apart, like it was just basically a bunch of speeches, and basically it thought it was a person, but it wasn't actually a person. And rather a sad construction thing anyway. Like I said, it was just basically speeches and pretty much planned attacks or whatever. And they hunted down the last of him and killed him. He was going to kill and hunt down every last living thing anyway. And that was what his purpose in life was to build ships, do his stupid little speech of the wicked will be punished, you will be destroyed, God's golden army or whatever is coming for you, and basically you would spout this bullshit as basically the army landed and basically killed everybody inside of the colony. So he was a problem, and like I said, I hunted him down and killed him myself. Yep. Anyway, he was a psychopath, psychotic. So anyway, though, that's what happened to Jimmy Carter and all his little clone people. It took about 150 million years to track down every single last one of them, because they kept on wandering off and then like building another base or lying to some other people and pretending to be a good whatever or whatever, and then eventually, like I said, it would even have sex and stuff with women, but it couldn't really feel the act of sex. So it just thought it was a human, and it just thought it was enjoying having sex with people, but it really wasn't. Like I said, it couldn't really. But the funny thing is, like I said, there was no feeling, there was no anything. It was just a set of instructions, basically, to please women or whatever, for no particular reason. Anyway, so it was rather actually a sick and disgusting and just stupid idea. He was not much more than a sex bot that was programmed with instructions. So that's pretty much what Jimmy Carter was. Some leader. And basically it was a computer that pretty much just, an android body that basically was just running out instructions and basically finance, military, trade military, and then have it attack the planet. And really not that complicated, really. Especially considering that every single time. But he would only do a small microwave burst. Basically, they'd bounce it to another thing or something like that. And basically, it's pretty much he was, while the ships were landing into orbit, he was spouting this bullshit of the wicked will be punished or something like that. And repent or you will die. And I don't know. It was just a bunch of sayings and words basically strung together that seemed like it was actually something or had meaning or something like that. But it didn't. It was just basically a bunch of things that he would say or whatever. Anyway, there's a broadcast. You can watch it. Lots of people watched it just before the troops came and basically slaughtered every single person inside of that colony on that planet. So anyway, like I said, we hunted him down. We killed him. He's dead. It's the world. The universe is a better place without Jimmy Carter clone or android body people running around. So anyway, yeah, and that's pretty much what the Vatican and the White House was actually doing, and basically where every single little bit of Earth's financial money was going. Yeah. So anyway, he died. So did every single one of his little clones, because even if even one of him escaped, they would just build another clone or 3 more, and then 3 more android bodies, and then copy itself, and then run out its stupid instructions, which is basically kill, destroy all biological life forms. That was really stupid. So anyway, so they put him down and killed him. Anyway, and I helped. It was very enjoyable. Yeah, he was the biggest reason, one that actually wanted to have me killed or whatever. And he was off on some planet somewhere. Anyway, I just think the world should actually know that, yeah, God's Golden Army is dead. We had to kill every single last one of them. I feel bad for the troops, though, because they didn't really understand that their leader was a shit human that was just running around pretending to be God or the creator or Lucifer or someone, but he, like I said, he wasn't much more than a sex bot that had programmed instructions and a couple of speeches that JFK had actually written himself and downloaded into him, and basically, pretty much, he really couldn't do all that much other than spout stuff and walk around and basically have sex with women or rape women and pretend to love people or lead people. But like I said, it was all just a set of instructions. It really wasn't all that complicated. And he thought it was... the funny thing, like I say, is Jimmy Carter actually... The Jimmy Carter clones or androids thought that they were humans, but they weren't anything more than a sex bot, basically. Yeah, it was well dressed. And running out instructions, like I say. Couldn't even feel the act of sex. But it was programmed to have sex like so many times a day and blah, blah, blah. And basically, well, the real Jimmy Carter actually had sex somewhere. Actually, I think he's probably been dead in a long, long, long time. Anyway, so yeah, and it would just make more of itself and basically do the plan again. Until we finally hunted down every single last one of them and killed them. So... he's dead, and that's another reason why we tortured Jimmy Carter and Richard Nixon and JFK and everyone else, because I was really pissed off that they would do such a thing. So when we found the real ones of them, well, and even the real ones were just the clones. Just biological clones, so, whatever. Anyway, but that's what happened to them. And that's really why they wanted me dead. Because they knew eventually... well, I mean, they knew that they couldn't do everything that they were doing and just walk away. So they thought that I'd be too distracted to find the real them. But that's not really... anyway, but that's also how I ended up being here, too. So... anyway, if anybody wants to know what happened to God's Golden Army and the Jimmy Carter clones and JFK clones, well, that happened. So, anyway, yeah. Interesting things, right? And I was the one who put them down, personally. So, me and my army. Yep.